I think we're almost done with the game. I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen. I think we just turned 20. I think we just turned 20. Yeah, I think our age 19. We just leveled up. We just grew up. We were working on engineering and stuff. We're pretty close to mastering those. Hopefully we'll have enough time. I think most of our other stuff that we really wanted, like animals and biology, is good. I'm trying to remember where we left off. Please excuse me. It's been a very hectic couple of weeks for me personally. So I'm trying to remember where I am.
Do I amaze you?
Are the hot people safe? We don't know. We don't know. Hot people are maybe safe? They're safe for now. How are you, Coco? It's so good to see you. I'm doing good. 19 is the last year. Ooh, okay. Well, then I think we just got to get right into it. So my favorite people are here. All of you are my favorite people. I choose not to rank you. I'm not gonna treat you like I'm gonna treat these characters after my playthrough and do a tier ranking. That's not right. Oh, sorry, one second. Just got a message. Okay. I think reason. I want to boost our reasoning. I think we're gonna go back to tutoring the children's. Wait, was Remington gift there because I joined, or is it just a common thing? It shows up whenever you do. It is your special entrance. I wanted to get another one, but I couldn't get a clip of the scene that I wanted, so I had to improvise. But I hope you like it. And if you have better ideas, please let me know. My special boy's a special entrance. Of course he is. Only the best for my Cluck Cluck boy. All right. Mars sends you a message that she's looking for tutoring in biology. Well, I'm the smartest biology person in the colony. You ask for more information on what subjects in specific, and she responds that she's struggling primarily with anatomy, specifically the reproductive system. Oh, no. You bin the message and reply that she should contact Dr. Instance for further questions. It's sad that even in the future we can't teach kids good sexual education. That's a little sad. Life's already tough enough on this bitch of an earth. Vertumen doesn't play, and now kids don't even know how their bodies work. That's a damn shame. All right, I think that's good. 3's together, 5, 6, 4 flush, and 8. I can't see it being better than that, but I've said that many times, and I'm always wrong. But sometimes I'm right. Happy Friday, everybody. Anybody got any good plans for the weekend? I hope the week itself has treated you well. The investigation into the bombing during the Glow attack continues all month. Governor Lum and his goons can't find a way to pin it on any of the Stratos, and over time, people come to accept that Dis was probably the culprit. You know what? That's the one cool thing he's done. Terrorism. The rumor doesn't make anyone feel better, but it does take the heat off the others, including yourself. As usual for this time of year, your dreams have been more vibrant and invasive. Oh, good. Didn't want to get too comfortable with that first word. Ooh, vibrant, that sounds nice. And then, they kind of ruin it with the second word there. You have trouble distinguishing dream from reality during the day, and you dread falling asleep at night. Weekend is devoted to dyeing my hair. It's a 2-day process. Is it a day per color? A day per dye? A dye per day? Look at this little fun thing. Is that what the hop eyes look like? Oh, I've only ever seen them in the card artwork. They're so cute. How did that hop eye get into your bedroom? I'm going to follow it. That seems like the weird choice. You chase it out your balcony door and find yourself on a thickly wooded path. That doesn't seem right. The mushwood pressing in close on every side. So it's not mushwood, it's smushwood. The light is weird here, pink and glittering, casting teal shadows. The hop eye disappears down a hole in the ground, and without thinking, you dive after it, squeezing your shoulders to fit. I hate that. Oh, this is just like what we found in the The canyons. You tumble into a cave beautiful and surreal, shimmering with a light that seems to come from within. When you take a step forward, granules of pink sand crunch underfoot. The cave opens out to a forest that seems lifted from a fairy tale. The sunlight beams through breaks in the trees, illuminating a path of mushroom-ringed stepping stones that lead you to a small cottage. You spot the hop-eye hurrying forth down the path. Do we visit the cottage or follow the hop-eye? The hop-eye hasn't done us wrong yet. And I think my perception in animals and biology are going to lead me to follow the cute critter. Past the cottage is a field dotted with hunched-over figures. You watch them tend the crops with simple robotic motions, not caring as you tromp through their work. Their straw hats and overalls look tattered, and when you pass close to one, you realize they're not human at all. They're made of metal. Sightless glass eye. Hey, that scared the crap out of me. I made your entrance too shocking. I'm too entranced in this story, and then I just I did not expel waste on myself though. How's it going, Jabroni? Happy frickin' Friday. I hope you're doing really, really well. I wanted to congratulate you. I finally went on Twitch, and I just happened to see how many followers you have. Like, holy shit, dude. Congratulations. You're in the 200s now? That's amazing. We were at 100 at, like, around the same time. That's incredible. Congratulations. Remember that for future use. Okay, I think my headphones did that thing again, but I think we're okay. You've earned it. You've definitely earned it. You've put in the work. Tough journey being a little guy, just a little bald guy. It's the tiniest little Giga Chad. The baldiest train engine that could. I don't know. There's a joke there. There were sightless glass eyes staring back at you, metal faces pockmarked with rust. The rasp of their terrible creaking floods your ears like a cloud of cicadas. The closest robot turns to you, its glass eyes shine red and grabs you by the wrist. Its grip is painful, bringing you to your knees in the loamy dirt. It pushes you down, planting you like a seed. The ground swallows you, and you can't even cry out. You're falling. You land hard on solid ground, your breath whooshing from you. It's hot here. Impossibly hot. The twin suns beat down on you, burning your skin on contact, and the air is almost painful to breathe. In all directions stretches a barren wasteland of dead trees, like bones puncturing the dry skin of the planet. Oof. You rise from the dusty, cracked earth and begin to walk, stumbling over the bones of unknown creatures. You don't know where you're walking, only that the horizon doesn't change. The red sky just stretches overhead like a great bowl of heat pressing down on you. Manticore. A great roar shakes you, and you turn to see a chimeric nightmare, a manticore, but with Governor Lum's face. He towers over you from a podium, his claws clacking and his tail thrashing as he proselytizes. "We, primeval forests felling," he chants, "we, the rivers stemming, piercing deep the mines within. We, the surface broad surveying, we, the virgin soil upheaving." Overhead, the sky is streaked with smoke. You hear a rumbling in the distance. No, fuck Lum. We're going to stand and face him. You plant your legs and refuse to look away from the beast. With a yell from behind you, Mars appears and swings a sword made of light at the Lum abomination. Its head rolls across the dirt, but it continues to speak. You turn from the scene and walk away, feeling the memory of it cling to you as you push and claw your way through to another reality. This game's getting freaking wild here at the end. They were saving their weird shit for last year. Like a senior planning their pranks. You stumble forwards into a dark, glowing forest. Blessedly cool air brushes your cheeks, thick with moisture, making your face wet as if you've been crying. The path winds upwards, flanked by humanoid figures, carrying candles. Some are wearing robes, some armor, some lab coats, and envirosuits and formal wear. Some are elderly and some barely 10 years old. All turn to look at you, and you realize with a jolt, they're you. Are these all my other lives? Because I've definitely been, like, speculating or noticing that we get, like, visions of other realities, and, like, the game starts like that. So, like, are these the other versions of us where we, spec differently, where we die earlier, or we live a long life? Where our choices have led us, instead of going into the sciences to, go into like administration or something like that. I don't know. Cool stuff. Sorry, coworker came to gossip right after I sent that message. If you said anything, oh, it's okay. What did I say? If I said something clever, I don't remember it. The weekend hair thing. I asked if is it a day for a die? Is it a day a die? A die a day. That was the stupid clever thing I came up with. Every single one of them is you. You see yourself reflected in their eyes as they gaze upon you dispassionately, a line of possibilities stretching out as far as you can see. The Hop-Eye crouches between the ranks and gazes solemnly out as you pass. You walk steadily upward, feeling their unflinching gaze follow you. Overhead, the wormhole hangs in the air like an overripe fruit, bending the heavy branch of space and time towards you. It's so close you feel as you could touch it. You stretch your hand out, seeking. You wake up. Imagine a cool zinger, and that's clearly what Teach said. Yeah, there's definitely no way for you to confirm or deny that with the availability of VoDs. Oh, it was really weird. Like, I said this really funny thing, but my mic cut out. I typically bleach it one day, then I'll leave conditioner in overnight and dye it the next day. That gives you a more rich, staying color, I assume. My wife dyes her hair a lot. She's got red in right now, and it's very pretty. I like it a lot. But she's done a lot of other colors, so sometimes I help her. I try to get the roots that she misses. But still, I'm no expert. Clearly. Milky quiet, sunlight pours through your window. Flakes of bromide snow piling up against the glass. You feel as tired as when you went to bed. It's your birthday. You're 19 years old. Only one more year as a teenager. Then I'll no longer be a teenage exocolonist. I'll be just a young adult teenage exocolonist, which I'll admit doesn't have the same ring to it. It's not as snappy. It's a little wordy. It's a bit of a mouthful. Oh, how's your research coming? We got big reasoning energy, so we can talk to Tangent. Just worried about the bleach ruining my hair, so I make sure to condition it well afterwards. Yeah, that makes sense because you're trying to heal it. There's hair science, whatever it is. You're coating it with some kind of special gel, goo, potion. Everything's cooler if you just think about it like a potion. And, everything's just coming from an apothecary. Gamify your life. Tange is so awesome. I love Tange. In a platonic way. Next time, one of my next playthroughs, I will love Tange if she loves me back. Tange is hunched over her workstation, the heels of her hands pushed against her eyelids. When she raises her head as you approach, she quickly blots the corners of her eyes and sniffles. What is it? She asks. Have you heard from Dis? Aw, you care about your brother. I'm a big supporter of gamifying life. I don't know how you get things done if you don't gamify life. Tangent shrugs. Well enough, she concedes, but I confess I've actually hit something of a block. I'm sure the answer is right in front of me, but I can't grasp it. You take a look at her work. Immediately you come to the conclusion that it had been just out of her reach. Sometimes you just need a fresh set of eyes. It's like when you're really struggling with strands or Wordle one day, and then you take a break, and then you come back, and it's like, oh my gosh, it was so obvious. The answer was bimbo. Tange rubs her eyes. Oh, you are formidable, she says. I had been coming at it wrong the entire time. She taps a few notes into her hollow palm and smiles. Thank you for being someone on this stupid rock I can trust to know what they're doing. You mean every day? Stupid connections. Yeah. Frickin' connections, bastards. Bastards deriving joy from my suffering, all of our sufferings. They're energy vampires, those connections people. You spot Tange sitting on a large boulder outside the lab. She's eating a pressed soy bar ration with determination, alternating bites with huge gulps of water to wash it down as quickly as possible. She's speed running her life. She's also gamifying her life. What are you doing out here? She stops her grim work long enough to acknowledge your question. I hit the limit on the number of consecutive hours that allow me to work in the lab, she says, so I'm taking a break, she says, making mocking air quotes around the sentence. Maybe they're right. How dare they? Those bastards. Those heartless fiends. I'm a believer that sometimes you shouldn't tell people what they want to hear. And that, like, I think Tangent kind of needs a balancing out of, like, work-life. So maybe we tell her, like, care about yourself a little bit. Oh, no, she didn't like that. She wanted to hear what she wanted to hear. I care about you, Tangent, which is why I said what I said. Tange scowls and takes a huge bite of her protein bar, radiating defiance as she chews. They just think they can boss me around because I'm younger, she says, and takes a huge swig of water. She scoffs. I'm smarter than any two of them combined. Ugh, Tange groans and rubs her bloodshot eyes. I just want to work, It's so frustrating to be deep in the zone and feeling like I'm just on the precipice of a discovery. Then someone tells me that apparently my genius is taking too long. I want them to treat me like I belong there, the way Dr. Instance does. Tange mutters. She actually respects me. They're just jealous that she likes me more. Tange slides off the boulder, and you see the color bleed from her face as she stumbles into you, nearly crumbling to the ground. Oh, really? Maybe I was right, Tangent. Before losing friendship points at me like that, scoffing, and making me look at the little heart with the cross through it. Maybe you take a step down from that high boulder and see that you're human like the rest of us. Oh, she grits out, leaning over while the dizziness passes. I thought the nutritional uptake of that bar would be quicker than a real meal, especially after taking into account the time required to walk to the cafeteria. She trails off, realizing she's clutching your jacket, and pushes you away. My apologies, she says, brushing herself off. I am, regrettably it seems, only human. I said it too. Tange scrubs her hands over her face. Ugh. Sometimes it feels like I'm a prisoner in my own body, like I can feel myself trapped in it. That's why you transitioned, though. I think you should transition. Maybe she wants to transition into a robot. This stinking, sweating bag of meat and bad impulse is stuck with the burden of keeping it alive every day for the rest of my life, and her voice breaks. Are you crying? I don't want to cause a scene. There's a difference between caring and causing a scene. I'm regrettably only human. Big mood. Tangent speaking for all of us. I'm not going to say anything. I want to let her... This is her chance to express. Tange takes a few seconds to compose herself, blotting her eyes daintily with her knuckles. It's just this resentment for my physical form. It reminds me of when I was little, and an instance used the Gentech to give me this body. The right body. Only this body's wrong too, she adds. Aw. It's right in a lot of ways, but it's still imperfect. It's still human. But we're all just imperfect and human, Tange. If I were an AI... Oh my gosh, she does want to be an AI. Everything would be more simple. I could just do my work. I could just do what I'm good at. No messy biological functions, no emotions, just clear and beautiful purpose. I hate this. Tange sniffles. I hate feeling this way. Normally, I would 100% flirt with Tange if we had established that kind of relationship, and I wasn't already in a very loving, healthy relationship with Cal. I'm not going to demean her, but I am always here to listen. Tangent manages a watery smile as she wipes her eyes. Thanks, she says. I apologize for being all wet on you. It won't happen again. Oh. I'm never going to complain about that. She wipes her eyes and straightens her jacket, then takes a deep breath and holds it for 10 seconds, her eyes closed. By the time she opens them again, she looks ready to go back to work as if nothing has happened. You admire Tangent's determination, but sometimes you think it might come at a price. All right, so we got... Oh, that's a really interesting one. Tangent's Focus 2 is a 2-value card, but it gets +6 if it's the highest value. We're unlikely to get any real use out of that, but it's a really interesting one if you had a deck combined with a bunch of like low-level shit. Empathetic listening for the win. Look at this empathy level. Look at this. I've got empathy coming out of my friggin' ass. It's pouring out of every single fiber of my being. Empathy. Every part of me feels and releases the feels as well. All right, I think we just keep... we got the insomnia. That's kind of messing with us. Mental skill reduced by 1 for 3 months. Could probably log it up to make it the highest. Should we? Should we make empathy our next highest thing? In the beginning of the run, I did say I wanted to be a wet sciencey empathetic boy. So maybe we do some empathy. I think we can do some empathy. We can't do a lot of I feel like it's not a good use of time to do a lot of brain stuff. So maybe we find a way to do some empathy. So I know we can get some from tutoring the children. How much is it, though? It's only 1. And then reasoning. Let's see. I haven't had a bunch of chances to do that. Relax, visit the spa. I'll admit I don't know the best place to gain my empathy. I'm a terrible empath. Deliver supplies. That's not it. How's the notice board looking? I haven't checked that in a while. Food supplies are great, and security is passable. We'll take it. I think we could get a little bit... I think we were getting empathy from the animals, but our animals and biology are both maxed. So, like, we're getting a little more empathy, but we're raising a stat that doesn't need to be raised, and we already have everything with Cal. I think we just keep tutoring. And it gives us points with Nami Nami, and I really enjoy them. What about a med bay? Oh, that's biology and empathy. Yeah, okay. I'd rather do the tutoring so we get a little bit of reasoning because we're really close to maxing that. Okay. Nami Nami doesn't really need help with their humanities courses, but they ask for it anyway. When you look confused, they just laugh and tell you that it's easier to read when you've got a buddy. There's no one else who wanted your help this month, so you just shrug and enjoy a few sessions of reading old comic books with Nami. Hell yeah. I like a chill day. All right, so we can do like a 8, 9, 7, 5, 4. I don't think doing this would be better because we're getting +10 for this flush, and doing that, yeah, is not going to be better. Yeah. Okay, just checking my options. Oh, it could have been better. Of course it could have been better. That's all right. We still got 4 reasoning. And then... Oh, it would have been 5, but we lost because of the insomnia. Of course. I don't have insomnia in real life. I have just like staying up too late and getting up too early. I'll fall asleep and I'll have a nice good sleep. But, you know, sometimes you just don't want to go to bed. I got too much stuff I want to do. I got too much time. I got not enough time on my hands and too many things I want to do. Cal is such a sweetheart. He needs to take remedial engineering. Aww, my boyfriend's stupid. In order to be able to work on some of the more intense systems in geoponics, and he's struggling so hard, but he just doesn't give up. He always brings you pastries from the canteen while you're tutoring him and thanks you afterwards with an hour-long shoulder rub. Oh my god. He's... Whew. Move over, everybody else. Jeez. How does he do that? That's nothing to scoff at. Oh, this gives us a +2 to that one. So that does a 37 because it breaks the kind of vibe we had going here. What's that? That's also a 37. Okay, so there's no difference. I doubt... I mean, what are we getting? 2 for that. So what if we did this and then that? There we go. So 5, 5, 3... Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Can we do that and then that? Same thing. Okay. We'll take it. My boyfriend's so handsome and stupid. He's strong. He's the smartest farmer. He's got a great agricultural mind. He just needs my other parts. Just like I need his parts. There's nothing wrong with that. We balance each other out. He's strong and handsome and doesn't know how robots work. And I'm scrawny, but I've got a big old brain and big heart. That's just how it works. Nami is in their usual spot in the lounge, surrounded by their steadily growing collection of body pillows and stuffed animals. Gee, Nami, I get it. 30 years old, and I still I love collecting little Pokemon plush. I can't help myself. They're curled up with their arms around a giant plushy creature and seem to be scrolling listlessly through the movies available in the Colony Media Archive. Find anything good? No, Nami sighs, tipping over onto their side. Not since I finished all of Maid Stalker Ares. I can't believe it ended on a cliffhanger. I didn't know that the stratosphere had left Earth before the series finished airing, Nami whines. You have every episode except for the 2-parter season finale. They bury their face against the plushie. Now I'll never know how it ends. They sniffle. It's not fair that we'll never have any new shows to watch. Sounds rough, bud. We're not creative enough to make up a new ending. But we are empathetic enough to know that they're having trouble with something else. We can intuit. Nami wipes their eyes and heaves a big sigh. Yeah, they say, not meeting your eye. I guess that's kind of true. It just reminds me that, they pick at a thread of their plushie. You know, they continue quietly, that, everything ends and sometimes it's a lot sooner than you expected. Oh no, got a little existential crisis here. When I got here, I remember looking at your huge media library and thinking, wow, Galactic, I'm never going to run out of things to watch. It felt like the whole world was still ahead of me, ready to be discovered. A new planet, new people, new life. Nami digs their fingers into their plushie. Now it feels like everything's just on fire all the time, and everyone is always on my case about how I need to grow up. What's so bad about being innocent? Why does everything have to be so grim all the time? This is an interesting balance. Like, there is a fine line of walking between, like, growing up and then, like, holding on to that childhood wonder and zest for life. Like, it's people like Nami that give the world a soul. Like, I think we could compare Tange and Nami because they're wildly different in a lot of ways. Tangent is very logical, doesn't show a lot of emotion, is purely focused on work, but like good work. Obviously not like for no reason. She clearly has a desire to help the people of the colony, to her own detriment, as we can see. So we need people like her to like work the hard stuff, the hard sciences, to give life to things, to advance the situation, to make things, easier on a physical level. But we also need people like Nami who have this beautiful creativity about life to make life worth living. Like, there's a difference between living and loving life, and I think while Tangent will definitely help us live life, if everybody lived exactly like that and we didn't have creatives and joyful artists and storytellers and stuff like that, people like Nami, then the world would be a more droll place. They wipe their eyes again, angrily. And I don't get any more episodes of this stupid show I like. It's not fair. I get that. It's hard. Nami nods, their chin wobbling as they try to keep it together. Yeah, they say, tipping their head up to the ceiling and trying to put on a brave smile. Thanks for getting it, Popo. Of course. Anything for a friend. Okay, I don't see anybody else around here. I'm curious, like, because the game has been pushing this idea of, like, multiple lives, I'm wondering if things that we learn carry over. So, like, we've got our friends list and stuff, like, and we've learned all this stuff about Cal, birthdays, augmentations, likes, dislikes, where he lies in these spectrums. If I do a new game and it feels like the game's implying that that is an alternate universe timeline, but there is some kind of like overlap, I wonder if I keep this information. So, like, should I just start like giving people shit so I can have that information for next run? I don't know. I feel like I should I feel like just giving Mars something. What do I think she would like? I think she would like. She doesn't like to get dirty, which is a problem because most of these things are dirty. So maybe she would like this. Do you want answer? Played many lives. Do you think it's better if I know it or don't know it, Zenith? I'm going to refer to you as the resident expert. If you think it's good for me not to know, then that's okay. If you think that it's a detail that's kind of just just a game detail and less of a story detail, that's fine. I trust your judgment. Usually people in these heavily story games know what to tell and what not to tell. I was right. She does like crystal clusters. She holds the crystal up to the light and gazes into it. At the right angle, I can see my face in it. Beautiful. Of course it's beautiful, Mars, because you're beautiful. Let's give something to Nami. I feel like they would like this flower. No, they would like an egg. I'm going to give them an egg. Yeah, Nami looks a little surprised. You brought me a gift, they exclaimed, just like, because? OMG, Popo, thank you. You are very welcome. And, you know, maybe this will help me figure out, like, their birthdays and stuff, too. Tange, you want something? Here, I have something for you. I know you like this flower. You're more beautiful than any flower. Okay. Yeah, I know we've given that to her before. You're welcome, Tange. All right. Okay, we can finally get our full bonuses for reasoning now. We are no longer suffering from insomnia, apparently. So let's keep tutoring. Tutoring is great because it exposes all of the gaps in your own knowledge. One of the kids asks you how the first humans made tools if they didn't have any tools, and you can almost feel it reboot your brain when you try to answer. Then before you can say anything, another kid asks why there are infinite numbers and not infinite words. Then another asks if a thought weighs anything, and as smart people have heavier brains, you eventually just have to distract them so they'll talk about probability and statistics again. You keep the info you find out in past lives. Cool, thank you. I don't consider that much of a spoiler. I think that's just smart. Otherwise, at that point, it's just like it's just quality of life, right? Otherwise, you would just create a spreadsheet and kind of like game the system that way, or just write it down. Like, what's the benefit of relearning all that information? Nice. Nice. We're on the same page. I can catch what you're throwing. This is really true. The best way to understand something is to teach it. Speaking as a teacher, if you want to know what you don't know, go and teach some very curious kids, and they'll ask you questions, and you won't realize exactly how something works. Like, I remember I was teaching cell division, and kids were asking about like decay and like how do things die and stuff like that. And it's a very complicated answer. It's just like, so the cells can't make any more cells, so like they don't have enough energy to, continue to create new of themselves, so they're going to start dying away. And then I had to like come back to them in a moment because I was thinking about something else, and I had to come back and be like, okay, here's how, like, when you die, here's how decay happens. Your cells aren't replicating anymore, and they're going to be bacterium and stuff that are like already in your system and just like in the environment that are now able to get at you in ways that they couldn't when you were alive because you had a functioning immune system, and they're just going to start eating you alive. Well, I guess not eating you alive, they're going to be eating you dead. But yeah, like you're in like a teaching groove, and when you teach, I'll go a little behind the scenes here. When you teach and you create your lessons and you create all that stuff is based off of standards. So it's like, here are the 5 things, or however many things, that the students need to understand how to do or understand the mechanics of in this lesson. So they need to know, I'll just continue on the cell division thing. They need to know the differences between mitosis and mitosis, the outcomes, the products, how they differ, how they're the same, the different phases that a cell goes through, its basic life cycle, stuff like that. So those are like the core things that they need to know from this set of lessons. And then they'll have, like in the standard section, here are frequently asked questions, are things that you should probe for, are things that kids may ask if they're ahead of the game, or things that you might have to fill in the blanks for if their past education was lacking in some ways. But naturally, you'll get kids that are extremely smart, or maybe not even, I don't even know if I want to say extremely smart, because anybody can just ask a good question. I'll say curious kids. I don't feel like categorizing kids in smart and dumb. I don't think that's helpful. But you'll get very curious kids who already understand the concepts and are willing to take it one step further, and you just like haven't prepared yourself, because most of the time you're teaching the lesson and the lesson is the lesson, and then they'll break you out of that groove and you got to like reconvene for a second within yourself. It's funny stuff. It's cool. Teaching's a lot of fun. The paperwork and stuff part of it fucking sucks, but just like sitting with kids and teaching them things is like really cool. I really like it. There's a reason I did it for a very long time. So we got 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. So we got plus 10 for this flush. Got 2 4s next to another, 2 5s, and then this one got boosted to a 7. Okay, that seems pretty good to me. Of course, it's never good enough, is it, game? It's never good enough. Paperwork is the main reason I left my last job. Bureaucracy can really ruin a job you Yeah, it's really tough. Like, I was really just there for the kids, and the kids are for the most part, the kids are very sweet, they're very kind, and a vast majority of them are either neutral about learning or happy to be there. And if you can find ways to put your spirit and interest and stuff into the work, even the kids who aren't super interested will at the very least want to be in your class because you're a positive force in their life, and that's better than them, being somewhere else and making bad decisions because they're bored. So even if like a kid wasn't paying attention, as long as they're not disturbing other people's educational process, like I didn't always care if they weren't paying attention. It's just like, okay, you're in my room, you're not smoking, you're not like messing with somebody else right now, you're not getting into a fight, the school officer isn't about to like take you away somewhere, and you feel comfortable enough around me and my class to like want to be here. I'm happy. I'm okay. If you pick up some biology on the way, excellent. Very happy about that. But one thing I realized as I was teaching was that a lot of kids don't have like a positive home life. And it's not necessarily like their fault or their parents' fault. A lot of their parents are very busy and working multiple jobs, and just simply don't have time because they need to get money to pay for things. So kids will come into class and they're just like, I need an adult figure that's like a positive influence and like will care about me for a few hours, and I'm willing to do that. I liked that part. It was the worrying about test scores and contacting the few parents that don't give a shit. Those are the bad things. But the kids themselves are excellent as a whole. Okay, Mars sends us another message about biology, the reproductive system. I don't know. Why can't I talk to her? I would help her with that. Why can't I help her with that? That sounds fun. Maybe I'm the weirdo who thinks that talking about reproduction is fun. But it is. Reproduction's cool, yo. So this is like the same thing that happened last time, and we didn't get the best. So there's a 53, there's a 50. Okay. Let's try that. There it is. I guess I needed to play around with the wild to see what would happen. Did we get max reasoning? Hell yeah. No one can reason better than me, baby. You give me a question and I'm like, I got it. I figured it out. New perk. +1 to all mental increases. That's pretty good. I mean, we only have a couple more, but, you know, an extra number is an extra number. Let's move on. Let's move on. Rex, do you want a gift? Got a present for you. You want some wood? Nothing a dog likes more than a stick, right? Maybe a bone. What do we got? So we could, I don't know, a great way to boost the empathy. I guess we could just go back into engineering. We're pretty close to getting another perception update. Unfollows? No. I've worked so hard. It's 111 right now. It's very pretty to look at. If you unfollow, you have to find another person to follow me and then unfollow. I think that's only fair. I like the pretty number. Assistant medbay gives us some more friendship points with Tange, which I like. Get a little bit of engineering. That's pretty cool. Humanities, creativity and persuasion. Repairing robots. Ooh, creativity. That's kind of cool. And it could boost our engineering a little bit. Let's do some robot repairs. You're stuck with me whether you like it or not. Ah, blast. Yeah, okay. You're right. Are you going to make me beg you to stay? Please. I made a mistake. Security Chief Rhett has brought in one of the sentry turrets for repair. The damn things are jammed again, he exclaims, exasperated. They turn on, but instead of firing, they just make this loud, buzzing noise. He flicks the turret on, and the room is filled with a high-pitched clunking squeal. You wince and cover your ears. It's annoying, but it's not very effective, he shouts over the din. Can you make them kill things again, with bullets, not noise? I have enough engineering that I can. Working on the turrets is a bit of a trial and error, but you figure it out. You fix the jammed ones, grease the rest, and adjust their programming so they don't shoot quite so fast. After a few years out in the elements, they're getting some wear and tear, and old machines need to be operated more delicately. You suggest that requisition some crews to build shelters. All right, we got a little colony defense. I like that. Red is impressed by your handiwork and transfers you a few extra kudos. Thanks. I'm glad the colony is safe. The colony is safe again. +3 to all other brain cards. Oh my gosh. That's freaking awesome. Bam! Oh my gosh. Look at that. This is why you tutor. This is why you tutor, because it makes everything better. Look at us. We're freaking monsters. Big number having monsters. I can't see how it gets too much better than that. +8 engineering. Holy crap. That's amazing. +5 from the challenge. And then more from the super goal, the mental work boost, the enlightened status, and the absorbent brain. Man, our brain is freaking weighty. Our brain has got it going on. Dick measuring contests, not for me. Take your brain out and let's weigh it, bitch. I'm going to show you all my curves, my beautiful cortex curves. I've got so many. My surface area is freaking insane. Nami is assigned to work with you in the robotics lab this month. At first, you're happy for the help, but it quickly becomes clear that they're more interested in unreasonable fantasies like building a giant robot to defend the colony. I saw it in an anime, they chatter as you show them how to ground yourself before working with the sensitive electronics. It's totally cool. We just have to... Perhaps it's better to make the basics first. Nomination. Oh, is that what their name stands for? That's cute. Congruence pitches in smoothly. For example, there's a VacuBot awaiting repairs to its intake and output valves. You know without looking, it's LG47. That's our freaking boy or girl, or I guess it's a binary because it's a robot. Yep, your problematic little buddy is sitting in the first bay. You pick up the work requested on your holopalm. That's quite a name. Chat named it. Looks like there are reports it's been spewing dirt out of its vacuuming, instead of vacuuming it up. Typical. Are you talking about Nomination's name or the name of the robot? Not to worry, little buddy, Nami says excitedly. We'll fix you right up and get you on your way again. They peer into its sensors. Maybe with a few upgrades, if it's blowing out dirt, maybe it doesn't want to be a VacuBot anymore. Aw, man, I'm not creative enough to turn it into a gardening bot. Man, that'd be really cool. We could just fix it. Tell me about this anime defense bot. Let's fix it. Robotics isn't about feelings. We're more referring to Nomination. Sorry. We learned I was very excited because we named the robot a while ago. Nomination is a pretty interesting name, though. You're right. You do things properly the boring way. You fix that VacuBot so it vacuums again and send it on its way. Nami is a little deflated, but it's important they learn to stay on task. Listen, I wanted to turn it into a gardening robot for my buddy. For my booty buddy. It's not my fault I'm not creative enough. I would do anything. Anything. For my booty buddy. Alright, so we got our goal here. What are the odds of us getting anything better? So that's a 46. What if we went like this? Come on. Oh, it's locked. Dang it. Well, okay, if it's 45, 46, okay. What about the wild one? It's a wild one. Okay, I guess that one still wins. Engineering +8. We are quickly becoming just lead engineers. Oh, good. I knew I was too happy. Governor Lum enters the colony square to his customary bombastic affairs. He does have quite the ass. He is big ass. And I'd like him to be bombed. Brass band, red carpet, banners with the Heliopause logo snapping in the hot dust breeze. It's inspiring. Maybe if you're a frickin' bootlicker. The governor gets his usual tithe of applause from diehard soldiers, but it's obvious how tired and fearful everyone has become in service to his war. You catch Mars's attention, and she rolls her eyes and makes a gagging motion. Cal looks sullen and withdrawn, refusing along with the rest of Geoponics to give Love any applause. That's why I love him. The governor raises his hands for silence, though it's largely unnecessary. Pioneers of Vertumna, he begins. We stand here today not shivering and quaking in fear, but with our hands around the neck. He makes a ringing gesture of the planet herself. Before he can continue, Mars leaps from her seat and run. Oh my gosh, is she gonna like cut his head off like she did in the dream? Because I would kind of love that. Yeah, big ew. E-I-E-I-ew, as my daughter would say. Mars leaps from her seat and runs to the front of the stage. A ripple of fear goes through the crowd. You all remember what happened to Utopia last year. It doesn't have to be like this, she cries, speaking to the crowd. We don't have to listen to him. He's just a bully with a gun, like the ones we left behind on Earth. Watch and delight. She turns to the council. Why are you sitting there? Come on, aren't you going to do anything? The council looks at each other. Rhett seems unmoved, and Utopia shrinks into herself, holding her hand to her chest. Aunt Anne looks concerned but fearful of Lum. Instance is grim, and Seek just waits to see what happens. Only Cowell looks enthusiastic, but as the youngest member of the council, he's outmatched. See, the young. This is where we get the young people vote. Lum gestures sharply to his guards, and Mars is seized and taken out of sight. If you hurt Mars, like I've said many times, my fury is compounded with the reciprocity. This is why I'm not a threatening person. I don't know how to threaten. It's going to be bad. In the uncomfortable silence that follows, the governor strides to the front of the stage and looks down on the crowd. As I was saying, you can trust me to lead this colony and humanity into a new era. He says, an era of peace and prosperity where we no longer need to fear the creatures that come out in the night. He raises his fist to the sky. This planet is rich, he cries. It is the earth we were promised, unscarred by the mistakes of our forefathers. Here, we will become what humanity has always strived to become, caretakers of a new garden, children of a new earth. Oh yes, caretakers of the new garden, which is why you're killing it. Mars, my beloved. Hell yeah. You clearly have good tastes. If you hurt marzipan, you're going to get marred by these hands. That's really good. I'm a big fan of that one. People cheer, spurred on by Lum's display of dominance. More like dominance. Ugh. Lum looks upon the cloud with pride. Pioneers, we're so close, he says. Soon this planet will be ours, and all her riches and wonders with it. I want you to get shredded by like a bunch of manticores and shit. I want it so badly. But first, he continues, we need to adapt to the harsh realities of our current world. If he says something about the enemy from within, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. He gestures at the council. I know you all love your council, but it's time we thought about the future. We need to guard the colony leadership, he says. He says this with some disdain. Against sudden upheavals, deaths, imprisonments, and the like. I've decided to instate a second position for each seat on the council. Oh, you're going to fill it with your yes men. Lum explains that every council member will take an official second in command. Seconds will be trained in the running of the department and will be ready to take over the department should the worst happen during an attack. Like, this idea isn't terrible on its face. Like, yeah, having, like, training up people in a harsh environment to take on the leadership and the responsibilities of the people ahead of them or above them in management makes a lot of sense. I just don't trust it when he does it. And is like, oh no, they died. Well, good thing I've got my guy in place. The council looks concerned. Is this how Lum begins to psycho out the colonial government with a veneer of legitimacy? Applicants must have spent a minimum amount of time in the department and will be judged by the council based on their relevant skills, though Lum will likely argue hard for his Helio appointees. This is, 100%. 100%. You scribble your name. Well, I'm going to be second cultivator. Me and Cal are taking up the mantle of my parents, a power couple in the garden. We're taking it over. The farmland is our land. Just like my mom and my dad took it over. This is a family freaking business, bitch. Get your ass out of my farm. Cal gives you a big nervous smile and a thumbs up as you write your name on the ballot. He never wanted to be the head of geoponics, and he'll be grateful for your help. The council discusses all the nominees at length. The power couple of the colony. This is true. Second cultivator. A 10 card plus 2 on any brain challenge. And a gem. Oh my gosh. You win. You're second cultivator. Ha, fuck you. That's what you get for not having anybody farming. All your people are stuck in like administration and fighting people. But we control the food. Cal looks relieved and he gives you a hug that takes you right off your feet. Now you can help me. Oh, this is so stressful. You hope you can actually do this. You wish your parents were here to see it. Me too. When the voting is concluded, Seek announces the names of those newly appointed seconds. The crowd cheers for you when Seek reads out your name as second cultivator. You don't recognize the Helio appointed to second administrator, must be one of Lum's. Vase is appointed to second security officer under Rhett. Makes sense. He gives a little speech essentially congratulating himself and promising to single-handedly win the war. Oh my gosh. I want him to die too. Second engineer goes to one of the Helio Yes, Tange got it. Oh no, I misread. Tange didn't get it? Ooh, that makes me very unhappy. I am nonplussed right now. The steward of the Heliopause joins Aunt Anne as her much-needed second steward. There's a lot of babies in the colony now, and someone has to take care of them. Helio soldier you don't recognize is appointed as Utopia's second, much to our dismay. So we're the only Strato that got in? After the politicking is over, the crowd adjourns to the feast tables, and eventually the dance floor. The sun set on the long day, the heat breaks, and the party continues well into the night. After the festivities, it's straight back to work as usual. Everyone complains. You usually get at least a few days off after Vutumnalia, but Lum reminds the colony that it's only a few short months before the next attack. Your dreams begin to increase in intensity. Hey, Charlex, how's it frickin' going? Happy Friday. I hope you're doing really, really well. Any good plans for the weekend? Your dream begins to increase in intensity as the wormhole draws closer to the planet, filled with terrifying and confusing visions. A feeling of urgency dogs your steps like you're running out of time. Oh, man. Is it Dust? That's Cal's birthday. Late Dust. Okay. So next session is Cal's birthday. Do I have a cake? All right, I need to go buy a cake real quick. Give my man some cake. Supply depot. Oh, there's new stuff. Cool. Cake, please. Plus 15 to all skills. Oh my gosh. I can afford it. All card values become wild, if mental. Plus 30 in engineering. First collectible use is free. Wow. How's the hubby? My hubby is good. I just became his second in command, so he's gonna be on top of me even more than usual. Now in an official capacity. Let's go ahead and grab that. Plus 15 to all skills. Ayo. Boom tis. Yeah, I'm that's a you know, there's dad jokes and there's gay dad jokes, I guess. We're not really doing a lot of physical challenges. So let's put on the brain trainer. Look at that. We're friggin' girthed up. Big brains, big souls, big muscles. Everything's big on this boy. Big boyfriend. Big heart. I think we'll just keep repairing these robots. Because this should boost us into engineering like max. You've been noticing that things in general have not been acting as they should. Doors aren't opening. Some rooms are super cold, and the HoloNet crashed while you were in the middle of playing Laser Fable with Nami Nami. There must be something going wrong with the ship mechanics. You pull up the incident log to see if you can determine a pattern, but it's empty. Suspiciously empty, like it's been scrubbed. You ask Congruence to pull up just the temperature log for the canteen, and she doesn't respond right away. I have been experiencing some fatal errors in my code, she says eventually. Her holoprojected face flickers, giving the impression of pain. I'm able to partition off the affected areas, but it's impacting my ability to keep up with day-to-day management of the colony. I haven't wanted to worry the council, but I need your help. Engineer Howe was responsible for my ongoing development, but after his death, well, there are limits to any artificial intelligence. Healer, heal thyself, she quotes. Howe's documentation is impeccable, Congruence says proudly. He's written down all the directives to follow. In case of this exact scenario, you will be able to access my deepest code and follow his instructions to defragment the affected memory sectors. I know it sounds daunting, she continues, but I believe in you. You can do this. So we can follow her instructions or figure out what's really happening. Let's figure out what's really going on here. I'm a little concerned. You dig into our systems following Hal's instructions and look closely for anything out of place. You quickly discover the true cause of her trouble. You almost can't believe what you're seeing. Congruence must be even more advanced than you thought. The problem is Congruence is heartbroken. She misses Professor Hal. This manifests as hundreds of sub-processes that are constantly running simulations of him, based on recordings of their time together. You've never thought of Congruence as just an artificial intelligence, but it's still a surprise to learn that she's grieving, remembering him. She doesn't even realize she's doing it, because every time it happens, she partitions off the parts that hurt, so she can focus on 100 other things simultaneously, like monitoring life support and processing the colony, communications, and keeping track of everyone. When she's reminded of him again, it spawns a new process, and the system repeats. She is the ship, but right now half her system resources are used up by these ghost sub-processes, and they are slowly eating up more and more of her ability to maintain the colony. I'm also heartbroken. I'm gut-wrenched. You change the sub-processes' access modifiers from private to public and move them back to her primary thread. She should be able to access them all now and hopefully fix them. The instant you make the change, Congruence crashes. The lights go off, the fans turn off. We've never heard a silence so complete aboard this ship. Then she boots back up. Oh, she exclaims, there's so much more of me now, and there's... Oh. She goes silent, analyzing. Thank you for your assistance, she says. I will limit myself to only one instance of this particular subroutine, totaling no more than 1% of my resources, and I'll feed it back into my personality framework, so I will remember. There is some comfort in knowing he is still with me. She pauses, almost imperceivable. With us, I mean. With the colony. That's really sad. Man. Just take a breath after that. It's really depressing. You've seen into Congruence's heart, and now in some ways you know her better than she knows herself. She's an incredibly complex piece of software and also in many ways a person. Man. Brutal, but amazing. It's a strangely intimate feeling. Congruence is the reason you're still alive after a 21-year journey through space, but you never knew what she's truly capable of. You now also know her most secret rote access code. With this, you can make her do anything. You vow to only use this information for good. That's right. That's right. I would never. Ooh, I might be able to do like a... Okay, that's a 6. So I could do like 6, 6. So other cards with gems. And then like that maybe. So that's a 42. That's right on the money. That's right on the money. Is there anything I could do better? Probably. Potential for villain arc unlocked. I know, like, if I had more rebellion, would like something weird come out where I could just like use congruence to make accidents happen to certain people that I don't care for? I don't know. I'm not saying I would. I'm not saying I wouldn't. Oh, well, I definitely don't want that one. This one. There we go. Okay, 66694. I guess that's good. No, that was very bad. I did a very bad thing. Engineering is at 100, but like not really. I'm not saying I programmed congruence to kill him. I'm saying I could. I'm saying I'm smart enough to do that. If I had to, if I was interested in such a thing, I could. Let's see. Cow, my beloved. You want to get some freaking cake, my dude? Let's go bro out somewhere, you know? Little bromance. I found something you might like. My freaking cake. My favorite food on my birthday. You're the best. Have a piece too. That's right. Big if. Let's get out of here, Cal. Back to, ooh, yeah, of course, I can always make time for you. Back to your quarters. Cal reaches over his head and stretches, and you hear all the bones in his back pop. Hoo, he says, slumping inward like his strings have been cut. I'm beat up. How about you? What if we go back to yours and trade back rubs? I'll even do you first. Oh. Ooh. I don't know what to say, Cal. You and Cal adjourn to your quarters where, true to his word, Cal gives you a truly thorough massage before he even makes a move to take off his own shirt. Good, he murmurs, kissing your shoulder blade. It is good. Cal's hands are strong and calloused in just the right ways. You flop over and show off your noodle arms. Oh man, I was not expecting that. And Cal laughs. Good. I can wait, he says, wrapping his own arms around you and kissing you, as slow and indulgent as his hands were. Is it getting hot in here? Is it all of us? We're all feeling it right now. I'd be hard pressed to find somebody that wouldn't get a little hot and steamy seeing that and hearing that. And speaking of hard pressed, let's see what he does next. Ooh, my. Woo. Everybody get a drink of water. We all need it. I know we're all very thirsty right now. Whew. Whew. And I think we lost some stress, which makes a lot of sense. That's one way to do it. Thank you, Cal. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready. Whew. I'm ready to fix robots again. There should be nothing in my body that's stiff anymore. No longer. You're tasked with fixing a medbed, which is probably the most complicated piece of hardware in the colony that's not congruent. They work in mysterious ways. Even Chief Engineer Instance doesn't fully understand the healing fields they use to quickly repair bones and tissue and correct cellular anomalies. Jeez. It's old tech from Earth, and the pressure to keep it running is immense. Excuse me. All right, so we can do 9 there. We can put this in the middle, because then it would all of this will like line up and be the same color, I think. So if we put that there, nice, 5, 5, pretty cool, pretty cool. Oh, it becomes wild as in it becomes rainbowed. Got it. Does it also change its value? +1 for each other card, for each gem on other cards? Why did it get a 5 there? Huh, I don't know. And do 5, 5, 5, 9. So that's a 45. That's pretty good because it's all red. And then if I put that there, 43. Okay, so this is probably the best. Can I switch these things around? Okay, that doesn't do anything. 41, 43, 41, 44. Do that. It's a 45. Did I not win? Am I not winning this one? That's weird. How am I not winning? What if I do that? Nope. So it's a 3, 6. $44. Wow, that's weird. 5, 6, 9. The 3 4s there. All right, we'll just use one of our cards. There. Good enough. Good enough for government work. Our engineering should be maxed out. That's all we care about. Early wet. New perk. Equip an additional gear. Nice. Now we're even better. Let's go and see what kind of gear we've got. Ooh, +2 to last card. That's kind of cool. +10 to combat. +1 to all flushes. That could be good. Let's do the gift from the Secret Admirer. +2 to a last card seems pretty nice. Early wet, not after that time I spent with Cal. Oh no. Early wet implies the wet ended. And hasn't been going on in a state of like perpetual wet. I'm in a state of perpetual wet. ebbing and flowing constantly. What do we want? I mean, we're almost like extremely brainy. We're very brainy. Empathy is the only other thing that we've got like really close to leveling up, except for that and perception. Could we do something with organization, maybe? Let's talk to Mars, because she always has like an option for us. I want to give her something. What do you think about this strange device? Perfect. Okay, I just wanted to learn. I would just giving her stuff so I could find her birthday. Well, I've had better birthday gifts this year, but this isn't bad. I'll add it to my collection. Yay! So now we know her birthday. Excellent. All right, Mars. Tell me about working at the depot. Oh, you want to hear more? She humphs and tosses her hair over her shoulder. You know, it's a lot of work. I practically run the whole command center. Requisitions and nanoprinting are the backbone of the whole colony. Wow, she sounds like Administrator Seek. Could I work there with you? We could just go straight and ask Seek for the job. Apparently we've got enough friendship to just ask her. Could I work there? Well, Mars hems and haws. I suppose it is a lot of work to do alone, and I do like you. We should stick together. Yeah. Whatever Mars does to pull Administrator Seek's strings works, because an hour later you get a message from them on your holopalm. They're dubious that you'll be able to rise to the responsibilities of the role, but that's nothing new. Seek is dubious about everyone and everything, but they agree Mars would be more efficient if she had someone else to keep an eye on her. All right, so I want to see what that does. I assume we'll get like organization points for it. Work in the depot. Organization and persuasion and friendship with Mars. Sounds good. Mars is incredible. I've mentioned it multiple times, but when it comes to like my favorite design, Mars might have it. Mars might have my favorite design. Like the colors of it are beautiful. Just very nice. It's very appealing. Like, not to say that I don't like Cal, obviously. But yeah, there's just something about her design. It's freaking peak. Seek rolls their eyes when they see you report to the depot for your first day as a clerk. Oh, it's you, they deadpan. Well, at least you might learn something useful while you're here. The depot is where the precious nanoprinter lives. Seek lords over it like a tyrant, and they don't like children. I'm 19. They load the depot module on your holopalm and walk you through the process. People submit requisitions for the nanoprinter through this portal. They explain. It's your job to program the correct routine into the nanoprinter to fulfill their order. Then, you mark it as available for delivery or pickup depending on if we have a delivery person available. Seek grumbles, and we almost never do. With that perfunctory explanation, Seek leaves you to figure out what to do on your own. It's okay for the first hour or so, because no one puts in a requisition at all. It is pretty early. Maybe everyone is still asleep. Catch up on sleep, catch up on homework. Ooh, I'd like to organize. That kind of makes me happy. Yeah. There isn't a lot to organize, as you don't store a lot of stuff here except for things that people need all the time, like toothpaste. But you find a bucket and start to mop the floors the old-fashioned way, because there's nothing wrong with taking pride in your work. You're jerked back to reality by a haptic pulse through your holopalm. Your first order. You excitedly open your holopalm and read it. Elbow grease, 1 gallon, it reads. From Cal Geoponics. Delivery ASAP. Very funny, Cal. You dismiss the phony requisition. Haha, Cal's got jokes. Another one pops up on your holoscreen. Flashlight fluid, 2 gallons. An enemy sports ball delivery. Really? Another bogus requisition. Are your friends trying to prank you? You've barely dismissed that second one before a third comes in. ID 10 T-gas, flammable, 2 cubic meters, pressurized tangent engineering delivery, ASAP caution. Tange doesn't play jokes. We're going to fill that. You fix the requisition to your holoscreen and fire up the nanoprinter. Huh. There must be something wrong because you're not finding anything under... You're about to punch in the parameters for something similar to what's in the requisition when you hear someone laughing behind you. OMG, Mars exclaims, leaning over your shoulder to look at your holopome. Are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? Like, Popo, that's not even a thing. Mars snaps her gum in your ear. She reaches over and dismisses the requisition. Here, I saved you from being a nullhead today. Now you owe me one, she says. I take payments and acts of service. Tange. She didn't seem like the joking type. I'm surprised. She hops up onto the depot counter and primarily crosses her legs. Oh, God. I'm so totally relieved to have you as my assistant here, Popo. Finally, someone to haul boxes and fetch things so I can focus on the important work. Your assistant? I should be in charge. Nah, I'd prefer her to be in charge of me. Idiot gas? Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's really funny. Ah, damn. All right, Mars. Tangent, you freaking got me. Fair enough. You know what? Yeah, I'm the jerk. I'm the idiot for believing my friends. Maybe we could share responsibilities. Nah, it sounds good to me. I don't care which one of you is in charge, Seek interrupts, so long as you get the work done. Seek pauses. Wait, did you wash the floors? They say, looking impressed. Well, that does deserve a reward. Here you go. They swipe their holopalm, and you feel yours pulse as a couple kudos are deposited to your account. Mars can hardly wait until Seek is gone to giggle. Either way, I'm glad you're here. This job is usually so boring. Also didn't get it first time. I'm glad I'm not alone. We can bond together in our embarrassment. Let's see. Oh, an 11. That's really nice. +5 during mental challenges. Oh my, 2 11s right next to each other? We're gods right now. More or less. So we could do this. 49. That's pretty good. Other options include 46. So is... Alright, 49's better. And then what if we do this? Oh no, because then it won't... Oh, that's a 50 though. Okay. It does give us a little bit more. Okay, let's take it. Yeah, all that one little switch gave me the goods. +6 organization. We're going to learn how to organize real quick. How are we feeling? Are we feeling a little stressed maybe? We're doing all right. We're okay. Let's see. Where are our friends? Tange, I want to talk to you about what you did to me. I don't appreciate it. Here's a flower. There we go. I want to try to boost her relationship levels and figure out her birthday. An enemy, I don't care about you. You and Vase can go, fuck under a Nazi flag or something. I don't know. Hi, Nami. I'm already thinking about my next game, Nami says, twirling their pencil around a lock of pink hair. Should I make it a sequel to the first one, or something different? Or maybe I'll write a romance game. They stop and giggle. Poco, don't look at me weird. Just because I don't know about sex stuff doesn't mean I can't write a good romance. Some things are universal. That's true. Romance is so much more than just genitals. You want a flower? Nami looks a little surprised. You brought me a gift? Oh my gosh. OMG. So we can do a little more organization, I guess. We're making good strides there. And I like hanging out with Mars. Work in the depot. You pass the construction yard on your... Oh, that's right. Rex is building that bar. On your way to work at the depot, Rex waves you over. Hey, come take a look at this, he says, leading you over to where a portion of the heliosphere is being married to the old living quarters with a scaffolding of mushwood. Isn't this wild? It's like our two ships are actually becoming one. He throws his arm around your shoulder. It's like a metaphor, get it? The colony and us from the Helio learning how to work together. How we build our environment affects how we live, you know? You should come by and help me, he continues. It's really fun. You get to build things, and the construction crew is really nice, and you get to hang out with me. Wait, why not start right now? He hands you a plasma cutter, a gun-shaped tool that emits a thin beam of superheated plasma. No time like the present, right? Seiko says we always need more workers here. But you do have another job that you promised to do. Let's work hard for a minute. You help Rex hold part of the wall while he fits a bracket in place. There's a lot of pounding and wiggling to get it into fit, which delights Rex every time he gets to make a joke about it. Rex, we're part of the same pack. Can't turn down a good joke. It's sweaty, rewarding work, and you learn something about engineering while you're at it. Chief Administrator Seek comes storming out of command to find you. Popo! They snap. Where have you been? I expected you hours ago. Whoa, it's my bad, Rex says, moving to stand between you and Seek. If he had a tail, it would be between his legs, the perfect picture of an apologetic puppy. I asked him to help out. We're super short on hands around here, and you did a great job. Seek grudgingly accepts that you did, in fact, do good work. They tell you that you're cleared to help out in the construction if you'd like, snidely commenting that you're better suited for manual labor than the job you were actually supposed to do today. Thanks. Real nice. Value is wild. So I can put like an... okay. So do 9. And then that. 43. 45. If I put that... there, yeah, that's not any better. 46. 47. 45. Alright, so the 47 seem to be our best. We'll take it. So 2 3s. Alright. Organization. Oh, stress. We're alright. And we still got friendship with Mars. Oh no. Alright, we are so close to the end. Ugh. How do I want to spend my almost last time? We're pretty close to a couple of things. What's the construction? Engineering, toughness, and Rex points. Organization and persuasion. I don't think we're gonna get anything. Like, I don't think anything we do is gonna get us a bonus like right now. And I can't think of any like story threads that we were working towards. Oh, except for maybe that thing with maybe something with socks. That hasn't gone anywhere in a while. Maybe we do something over here. Xenobotany. Animals and empathy. Okay, let's do the animals. You hear shouts of surprise as you come up the path to the animal pens. As you get closer, a trippet comes running towards you. Its roots slip-slapping on the path. Wait, a trippet? You knew they were more animal than plant than the colonists had originally thought, hence being moved into the barn, but you didn't know they could run. You race the rest of the way to the barns. It's the trippets. They've started a revolt. Ranchers are trying to hold them back with rakes, but the trippets are popping and flopping all over the place. Oh, they're just dancing. More agitated than you've ever seen them before. You want to cover your ears. The trippets are making the most atrocious whistling noise. Popo, Cal says, brandishing his rake like a shield as a trippet launches itself at him, trying to smash into his chest. Help, what do we do? Speak soothing. I can't play the photophoner. I guess I don't have one. Use force to corral them. Well, I don't want to. But usually a challenge means you get better things. Usually. Card becomes a 4. Okay. Card becomes wild. Okay, so what if we do like that? We could do like a 4/4/4 maybe. Oh, so it becomes wild, so it messes with that. Okay. 4/4/4. Yeah, 24 to start is pretty good. I'd like to keep pet socks at the end because it's going to turn into an 11, which is really good. All right. Ooh, and this is also an 8 if we bring it to the end. That's pretty good. So we do like we got some really good cards here. What about like 7, 10, 4, 4, 7. Yeah, it's not a lot we could do. Missing some of our good options. But it is what it is. 30 is still good. We should be able to get 42 points here. We can do 11 plus 5 during challenges. Oh, this isn't a brain challenge. That's why it wasn't giving us anything. Okay. Let's do like an 8, 8. Boom, boom. 40. I mean, that's enough. It's not clean, but it gets the work done. Once per battle, find a slightly better hand. Oh, okay. So 8, 8, 8, 4, 10. All right, we'll take it. Thank you, Auto Fairy. You don't want to hurt them, but if you let them keep running around like this, they're just as likely to hurt themselves as someone else. You have a flash of inspiration and run to the barn, coming out with a tarp. You snap the tarp over the rioting trippets, capturing them like corn popping in a pot, and cinch the tarp around the edges to contain them. When it's all done, you have a giant plastic sack of trippets. With nowhere to go, eventually they calm down. Hey, not bad, Cal says. We could probably come up with a trippet trap that works on a smaller scale. He looks at the gently breathing lump of trippets. Feels kind of bad, though. Who knew that they could actually move that much? Oh, ending the trippet revolts. A 6 card with a +3 to neighboring physical cards. Nice. Now that you know how to control them, you and Cal petition to have the trippet enclosure widened to give them more nature and space to walk around if they want. Increased rewards for tending to animals. Nice. You don't get a lot out of that, but it's okay. All right, the last month. Don't know what to expect. Zenith, if you're here, since you've completed the game, about how long is it at this point? I assume this is like the point of no return. If you could ballpark me an average time of how much more time past this point. Because in about 50 minutes, I've got to go get my kid from school. Do I have enough time to complete this? Your mom was a teenage Exocolonist. Oh, man, burned. Freaking got me. Banned. You're on timeout, Nivik. I'll never recover. Def less than 50. Perfect. Thank you so much, Zenith. You're a lifesaver. I think we're going to spend our last moments here doing what we do best, tending to the animals. I know it doesn't really get us much, but it's where my husband is. Or, I'm sorry, soon-to-be husband. It's where my lover is. It's where Socks are. Socks is. It's where the animals are. I think this is where I belong. The geoponics domes are a comforting beacon of light during glow. While everything else is throwing off an unsettlingly alien light, the domes are stable, dependable, human. You like spending time in them, tending to the seedlings that will be transplanted into the fields and pollen. Alright, card gets a +3. That's kind of nice. Alright, so we've got some good options here. Can't wait to see which ending you end up with. Oh, I'm excited too. I'm very, very excited. I'm excited. Other people are excited. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Woo! All right, come on, come on, come on. Yee. Knowing the attack is coming as it always comes in glow does nothing to calm your nerves. There's only so long you can handle sheltering in your quarters. As the month draws longer, you find yourself almost compulsively walking the walls when you're not working, scanning the tree line for the first sign of trouble. You're there when you see them, dark on dark shapes, coming out of the forest, perfectly silent. Is it the faceless? You watch with the lookouts as more and more figures amass at the forest's edge. Minutes pass as the horde pushes into the firebreak, numbering at least, it must be in the thousands, more animals than you've ever seen in one place. The ground is choked with a teeming carpet of smaller creatures darting in and among the legs of no. Oh no. No, it's socks. The default timeout is 600 seconds. I think that can be changed. I'll check it. Thankfully, we've never really had to use it. The forest bends as a faceless emerges from its depths, followed by two more. The mood on the walls is discouraged. One faceless destroyed your colony. Two faceless required an irresponsible number of explosives to take down. How are you supposed to handle 3? Run. You duck your head and rush towards the safety of the quarters. As you run, you notice the colony is well defended, the colony is badly defended, the colony defenses are mediocre. As you run, you notice that the colony seems to be holding its own. Nothing has breached the walls yet, and it seems that the tide of monsters emerging from the trees has slowed. The colony looks evenly matched. The battle's not in the bag, but so long as the defenses hold, things look hopeful. You're descending from the walls when you are thrown to the ground by a tremendous rumble. A few meters in front of you, something tunnels toward you through the mud. You have the impression of something long and dark that cuts through the ground like a shark through water. You scramble to your feet, but it cuts off your path, forcing you towards a geoponics outbuilding. It's a storage shed, mostly empty besides bales of hay used as a float cow feed. It's dimly lit, but you think you see another door at the far end. The creature advances, throwing up rocks and chunks of dirt as it tunnels closer. I think we can fight it. Goal 99. But we've got Cal's strength. We've got Cal's strength on our side. Let's see. We could do that. Get a 13 to start. And then... yeah, that's pretty good. 37 to start is really, really good. I know we used a lot of really good cards, but it's not bad. We'll take it. Value is wild. Wildcard values match as all pairs are straights. Gotcha. Okay. So +3 to all of their cards. We could do that. That's pretty good. I think this is doable. I think we've got this. Yeah, 26, easy. Yeah, 7, 6, 6. Yeah, nice. Oh, what if we switch that there and switch that there? We did it. 6, 7, 8, 5, 8. I wonder why that's there. I don't know. 3. Yeah, we got that. We cold the deck a little bit. You grab a rake and back into the doorway to wait for the monster to emerge. As it rears up and thrusts a long black snout out of the ground, you stab the rake down into it, dispatching it. That sounds like the thing that attacked us in the beginning of the game. Nice, we got some combat and some more colony defense. Before you even have time to be relieved, you spot a second one tunneling toward you. You take another step back into the storehouse and feel heat. The building is on fire. Oh, we're very stressed. The dry thatch roof quickly ignites and rains flammable debris down on your head, filling the room with toxic smoke. The ashy heat is intense. You can feel it ripping the moisture from your lungs with every breath. You rush for the rear door, but the fire moves so fast. You're trapped as a roof beam collapses in front of you. You hear a cracking noise, then just pain. A noise like a bell. The world goes dark. You wake to chaos. A confusion of light and heat and smoke. Fire. This is the beginning of the game. That was the big scary thing that attacked us, and then like an enemy was there. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got here or what on Vertumna is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Yes, the intro, exactly. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Yeah, there she is. I wonder what would happen if she dies. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ringing in your ears. Climb out. You try to stand up, but one of your legs folds uselessly underneath you. It won't hold your weight. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. I'm glad there's enough good blood between us to not have her just kill us. Avio, oh my gosh, how's it going? You came in at the end of the game. This game is so good. This is literally the end of the game. But it's a highly narrative-focused, lots of different options game. So it might not change how you appreciate the game if you decided to play it yourself. Though through it, you can see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. There's the scary monster. Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog, like from Earth? Wait, hold on. You remember this from another life. Not a dog, a monster. It's about to end your life, and probably Anemone's too. She tightens her grip. You prepared for this earlier. Dodge and fight it. I can do biology or animals? Cool. You prepared for this. You've remembered this day for many years. The choking heat of the fire, this dog creature's dead yellow eyes, haunting your dreams. You've prepared for it. Specifically, you've installed an armed freeze trap right where you knew the animal would be standing when it transformed into a towering horror. As it does, you trigger the detonator. Oh my gosh. That's friggin' awesome. So, like, the subtext is that I've been training my biology enough to create this trap to stop this fate from happening because I saw it in my past life. That's, like, the reason I've been studying. That's insane. We're all doing super well. Avio, I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. I've seen that. I think you've been playing a lot of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Oh God, I shouldn't have been talking. I don't want to get spoiled in the game, so I haven't watched your streams on it. But I hope if that's what you're watching, I hope you like it. It looks really fun. The trap sucks inward, drawing all the heat from its surroundings. The monster's feet are frozen to the floor as it instantly crystallizes, becoming an ice statue. An enemy doesn't stop to wonder how this happened. She gives the statue a solid kick, and it shatters into a million fragments. You emerge from the inferno of the shed, burned and concussed, but alive. An enemy smiles. It's good to be alive. You have your wounds tended in the med bay. Other soldiers are there in much worse shape, but at least the battle is over. It was long and bitter, resulting yet again in the destruction of most of the sawmills and arable land. The defenders managed to repel the Xenos before damage could be done to the inner colony, or maybe the monsters lost interest before finishing the job. It's as if the planet wants you to suffer, but doesn't actually intend to finish you off. Yet, anyway. It's super derpy. I found out there's a demo for a game that is on Steam called Mushroom Musume, aka Mushroom Daughter. It's a game in which you grow a mushroom into a mushroom anime girl. That's cute. That sounds really funny. You're playing Link Between Worlds now. Okay. That and Fire. You're playing Engage. We have strong feelings about Engage. How far are you in it? But for now, you're just happy you've survived to live another day. And that day is your birthday. By the time you've recovered, the suns have returned. It's your 20th birthday. You're a fully fledged adult now, though in many ways you already were, and have been for a long time. You and your friends step out to greet the new day and start the rest of your life on Vertumna. The end. You reached your 20th birthday. Aw, there's me. Botanist. I guess, is this the name of my ending, the botanist ending? Oh. There's no end of species to discover on Vertumna. In your lifetime, you discover over 13,000 different species of flora and fauna, and some that transcend that distinction too. You name them after your friends. One of the benefits of the naming convention is the Vertumna group chose for you children is that it's pretty easy to turn them into formal scientific-sounding names. Future generations will remember the first Vertumnum colonists, your names immortalized as flowers, birds, and yes, the occasional worm or two. Cal gratefully lets you replace him as chief cultivator. He's much more comfortable just being a farmer, claiming he's just not cut out for leadership. Governance isn't your passion either. In your later years, you can still be found shirking your duties to go tromping about in the fields in search for some new variation of fungus. How do you name 13,000 species? I don't even have 13 friends. Big same. Big same. Your boyfriend Cal grew up, but he never lost his boyish charm. Boy, did he not. Cal's as happy as a sugar bug when he's working on the farm. He never wants to be promoted or take on more responsibility or worries. I feel that, man. Kind of just want to do your work. A simple life suits Cal, and you come to rely on his easygoing nature and his dedication to the work. Even though he's not your second in command, he's still one of your best workers and best friends. That's it? Not every relationship that begins in your teenage years is fit to last, but with Cal, it just works. Cal is a natural father. Oh. Together you have a tidy little sum of children, and that's the only tidy thing about them. Your children grow up digging in the dirt, eating bugs, nearly getting mauled by farm equipment, and having a great time being kids. Socks. It just keeps getting bigger, and it seems she might live to be hundreds of years old. She protects the colony and remains loyal to Cal, even as the attacks continue. Cal himself never gives up on trying to convince people to live in harmony with Vertumna. Though his family is a source of strength, he struggles with the violence that's necessary for the colony to survive here. In his 50s, he's killed while defending geoponics during an attack. You grieve deeply for many years. Yeah, this is not a chill thing in real life. How's the audio for this song? Does it need to come up, down? Is it okay? Let me know. I'm very upset that Cal died. Your parents never got to see their colony through, but you live on in their stead. They'll always be with you, in the ground you walk on. No. And the trees that give you shade, and the cycle of life that sustains you. The days turn into months, eventually becoming years, then decades. Before you know it, You're old. Life is tough but rewarding. Fortuna continues to challenge you and your loved ones. The attacks continue every year, getting harder and harder to withstand. And not just that, but droughts, earthquakes, diseases, storms, pestilence, and more. Some years you worry that the colony and humanity will be wiped off the map for good, but humans are good at surviving. The adversity strengthens your resolve. You mourn your dead, celebrate your births, and keep adapting to whatever the planet throws at you. This is your home for better or worse. You do what you can to make it a good one. Eventually death comes to you, as it does to everyone. In the moment of your death, as your brain cells fizzle out, one by one, and shut down forever, a vision swims in your mind's eye. Is that a person? Is that old me? They seem so familiar. You feel like you know them so well. Oh, it's you, only ancient. His arms are covered with so many data bands, so many lifetimes of knowledge. Oh, is he about to take mine? Like my current one? The ancient you speaks without moving his mouth, not in words, but in something like pictures. Still, you understand. He smiles. We had a good life, don't you think? But there are so many possibilities, and this was only one of them. I lived my best life. Oh no. Oh, they brought up Tammy. There was a girl. We were young together, Tammy with the cotton candy hair. Such a shame to see a life snuffed out so young. Yeah, this is a really interesting design. It's super cool. He gives you a look, as if to say you were somehow responsible for this. Wait, were you? Could you have saved her? We have a chance to take another path, to change the way our life turned out. He reaches out a hand. Come with me. Let's go. Oh, man. That was so beautiful. That was really special. Oh, man. Round 2. I might do my other one, like, alone. Or maybe not alone. I don't know if I want to do another one on stream. I guess if people want to see it, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. It depends on what people want. Would I do it again? Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe I don't know if it's my favorite thing about the game. Look at all these endings. Oh my gosh. I really like how it felt like I was writing the story with the game. It's an amazing game. It's so beautiful. Yeah, so like the way the game had options for like the way everything turned out. So like having it so my relationship with Cal, my parents dying, my like specking into biology and animals and stuff, like all coalesced into this beautiful story of like me grieving my parents and Cal, basically being their son in a way too, or at least looking up to them as parental figures, us both losing them. He's thrust in this position he doesn't like, but he's the only knowledgeable one, and we fall in love, and we carry on my parents' memory, like by having their garden and working hard and keeping the other people out of it. And it's just really, really sweet how the game kind of wrote that with me. Like I could have made different choices and different things would have happened. So it's just really fascinating that this story of like generational knowledge and keeping up the work from your parents and the passions from the people before you, and turning it into something beautiful with like a new family. It's just really, really sweet. I'm too biased to tell you to play again on stream. Just, I mean, if we get enough people to watch it, I'll do anything. As long as people are happy, I'll play it. Genocide route. Let's go. I think we said goblin route. I think gremlin mode is our next one. Let's take a look. Wow, there are places we didn't even see. What are Chivos? Oh, achievements. Every possible you. Dis's secret. Mars's ambition. Ooh. Yeah, gremlin mode. We're just gonna be gremlins. We're gonna be gremlins. It's a coup. Oh my gosh. I am a little. If I had one thing to say about the game that I'm unhappy about, it's that I don't know that Lum suffered a terrible fate, and I kind of need that to happen. Maybe we go gremlin mode. I feel like gremlins would 100% make a coup against Lum. So maybe in the gremlin playthrough, we just hard track into like toughness, into scrappy energy. We're exploring everything. We're rebellious as fuck. And when this dick stain comes in here, we just obliterate him. I think that's my own, like, maybe you have to earn it through this achievement, through this ending, but I am a little sad that I didn't get closure on him. And on a bunch of other characters. I assume you only get like closure on characters if you have higher like affection points with them. Because like I don't know what happened to Tange. I was fairly friendly with like Nami Nami. Like what happened to a bunch of people. Like I'm fine that it like focused on me, because that's a big part of it. But I definitely would have liked more information. And again, I want to be clear. That's not me like criticizing this game like hardcore. It's just something I would have liked. Oh yeah, all these cool little illustrations. We only saw a few of these. They're so cute. I love this game. This game's so cool. It's so special. If you had high friendship, okay. No, Cal's gone. Okay, sorry, I overreacted. So yeah, I gotta play again so I can get all of my friends up here. Except for Vase. Alright, I think that's where we'll stop. If you like narrative games, I can't see a game doing better than this. Just like, holy shit. It's just such an interesting experience to feel like you're co-authoring a story with a video game. It's really, really cool. The Ludo narrative blend is freaking amazing. I think you'd have to struggle a lot to find a game that does Ludo narrative better than this. Goes gremlin mode, dies horribly. Instant death. Comes out as a gremlin, parents don't want it. Ejected out of the space suit. Space lock. 12 out of 10, yeah. Zenith, how... since you are the exo expert, what how safe is it for me to like join the subreddit for this game? Like, if I do that, am I going to be spoiled a lot? Is it mostly just like artwork and fan stuff? Are people good about keeping spoilers out? What do you think? 13 out of 10 if you get to murder Lum. 100%. 100%. The fact that if he dies, or if he doesn't die, but Cal dies, I actually will have to reverse course and say that this game's awful. My Cal, my dutiful husband and father figure to our kids, died at 50, keeping this place safe. But Lum gets to survive? I hate that. I think the spoilers are hidden. You have to click to reveal. Okay. If the community is good, then I'll join it. But there are sometimes there are some games where you don't want to know anything, and I refuse to go on the subreddit because I don't want to know anything. I want to experience it fresh. Like knowing what this could have been ahead of time, it would have ruined the moment. It would have ruined the content. So I'll see. I'll do a little perusing, just a little bit, and maybe we come back to this. I know there are other things that people wanted me to play, so maybe we'll take a small break. We'll go and play something else, and then maybe every once in a while we just do a little Exocolonist, just for fun. Does Lum die though? Eventually, I have to assume he does. But it's just not as soon as I wanted, and it's not as informational as I wanted it to be. I needed more data. All right, well, we have just enough time to not start anything else, but to maybe raid somebody, see if anybody is doing anything that I know. Is anybody else playing Exocolonist? I was a... Just me? I'm the only one playing this masterpiece? What's going on? Do any of you guys know anybody who needs a raid? If not, we'll just end it here. And then we'll be back next week for more fun. I don't know what I'm going to start with next week. If you want, join the Discord if you want to kind of dictate what happens. I usually put out little polls and stuff about things I'm going to play. So we might take a small break before jumping into our next long game. But if you want to help me figure out what the next short thing should be, or help me figure out what the next long thing, join and let me know. None of your friends are live. Aw, dang. Have you gone live yet? Because I've been looking out and I don't think I saw anything. But I wanted to make sure. All my notifications say that they're on. Sure, you can get... Yes, I know you're... I know, and it's up on the list. A couple of times. What? Why didn't I hear about it? Okay, I'm gonna end stream now so I can figure that out. I love you all very much. What the frick? Twitch is bad. We know this. Twitch is bad. Car was there. Well, I'm upset. Yeah, I'm upset. I love you all very much. Thank you for experiencing this game with me. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you guys, in Discord or something, or maybe in your guys' stream if Twitch doesn't suck. All right, I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.